Hey everyone, Tony George, DocSports.com. It is a Tuesday update. We're going to be talking about a really good game tonight. You can watch on the tube. Hopefully, win some money for free. Um, there'll be also, if you have Major League Baseball Network channel, there'll be an 8-unit game of the year tonight you can watch and win some money on. That's the hype, by the way. I have one of these a year. It hasn't been a good Major League Baseball season. We've kind of turned it around, but we kind of been batting 50-50 and treading water the last 4 or 5 days. But, I've been around 32 years. I know a good thing when I see it. Period. And that's where we're at today. The best line, best setup, best mismatch I've seen all year. So we're pulling the trigger, dropping the hammer. That's it. That's the hype. I have one of these a year. So that's what's going on in Major League Baseball Day. Now we're going to talk about how we're going to possibly approach NASCAR and possibly approach PGA this week at the end of the free play. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in how we're going to approach these this weekend. Might be a monster PGA pick coming. We'll talk about that. Let's get to this game tonight because you're here for the free stuff. Our last free play didn't win, so let's win one tonight. And in the Tampa Bay and Arizona, which ought to be a hell of a game, you got Bradley going up against Gallen. Two really good teams leading their divisions. Arizona, a little bit of a surprise. Tampa Bay, not so much in terms of where they're at. But I've taken a look at this thing 6 ways from Sunday, and the line is Arizona at home minus $1.30, and the total is 8.5. And I like the under 8.5 in this game. This is going to be a pitcher's duel. However, Bradley doesn't ever go very deep. He rarely goes past 5 innings. Rarely. So then you got to worry about the bullpen. But you don't need to worry about Tampa Bay's bullpen. So we talk a lot about season stats versus last 5-game stats right here, right now. So I'll take a look at a season stat for a bullpen, and it'll say 4.71 ERA. I'm hypothetical. And then you look at last 5, and it's 1.94. Or zero point 0.1, And I'm going, well, let's investigate that a little further. Who'd they play? Were they at home? Were they on the road? What was the weather? All the different things that go into it. But if you take a look at consistency, Tampa Bay's bullpen, last 5 games, 2.23 ERA. Last 10 games, 2.32 ERA. They're consistently good. So he's going to turn it over to a bullpen that has a better ERA than what he has. On the other side of the coin is Zach Gallen. Need I say more? He's got a 1 ERA at home. Less than a 3 ERA on the year. The guy is money. Hits are going to be hard to come by. You're not going to, and the one thing that concerns you a little bit, I guess, when you look at this, against right-handed pitching, Tampa Bay's hitting over 300 as a team their last 10 games. But they're facing an ace. So, and he goes at least 6 innings most games, if not more. He's averaging 6.1 innings a game. So you're going to see him for the majority of the game. I just think this is an underplay. I think it's under 8.5. I think this got 3-2, 2-1, 4-3 maybe written all over it. 8.5's too many. Now it's minus 120 on the stretch. So you got to pay a little added juice to get under 8.5. I'd pay it. I'm picking the under. Tampa Bay, Arizona tonight, down out here in the desert. That's your free pick. As I mentioned, we're going to talk about PGA and NASCAR. We got an 8-unit Major League Baseball game of the year today over at DocSports.com. You can get it for free. Utilize the link in the description below. You get a free $60 from me or from Docs. And daily cards are $30. And by the way, Doc Sports themselves have an 8-unit Major League Baseball game of the year today too. I don't know who it is, but they have one as well. So you can get 2 games of the year for free simply by clicking the link in the description below. FYI. We're going to talk a little bit about PGA and NASCAR. There's 2 different ways that you can wager at Docs get picks to wager at Docs for PGA. You can either do the top 10s, top 20s overall tournament picks, which we give you for free on a video every Wednesday. Last week, we were all in on Pat Cantlay, top 10, top 20, boom. Okay, but that being said, or you can do daily head-to-heads. I'm talking about your premium plays. You can't do both. There may be an outside possibility that we have a 7 or 8 unit futures pick in a top 10 or top 20 tomorrow, seeing how the line shakes out, instead of doing daily head-to-heads. So either way, you're going to benefit if you're watching these videos, because we're either going to pass on that and do daily head-to-heads in the Rocket Mortgage Classic up in Detroit. But here's the thing. If I don't do it as a huge top play, if the line gets a little bit too chalky for something like an 7 or 8 unit play, you'll be getting it for free on video, and you can unload on it for more than just kind of a half a unit free video pick type thing. So bear that in mind. And so if we put it out, we'll put it out. And on the other side of the coin, if we do put it out as our only premium play of the week, we cashed 10 out of our last 13 tournaments in the PGA, including last week again. That being said, then you'll get daily head-to-heads free on Twitter every day. At TGeorgeSports is my Twitter. That's what we're looking at in golf, and we'll let you know about that tomorrow morning's video. In NASCAR this weekend, they're racing in downtown Chicago. They basically manufactured a track down there. It's never been ran before, never been done. I guess you can call it a road course. Various types of pavement throughout the course. I don't know if you necessarily look at guys that run road courses well. You know, Allmendinger, Suarez, Elliott, Bush, a couple others. Or this is just a totally different animal. The whole thing's in flux. So we've turned a profit our last 3 races, cashed the tickets in. But I'm not going to push the issue if I don't have to. This is coming from a guy that sells picks for a living. That doesn't necessarily mean because there's a race we're going to have a pick. I'm not forcing the issue. I never do. So we have a couple of inside sources that are very close. Close as anybody in the business to the NASCAR circuit and what's going on. Inside the pits, the teams, all that stuff. That being said, we'll talk to them. We'll look at practice laps. We'll look at qualifying. A little concerned about tire usage and how that's going to affect it, and the pits and how that's going to work. There's just a lot of things in flux in this, and I'm not going to force it if I have to. We got 17 races left. There's plenty of time to make money. So just an FYI in NASCAR this week. Be sure and get over to Docs. As we mentioned, 8-unit Major League Baseball Game of the Year, the one and only. Only 8-unit pick I'll have all year. For a 3-unit pitcher prop today on hits allowed. And a 4-unit WNBA best bet. Something rare has happened in the WNBA with us. We've lost 3 cards in a row. We turned that around tonight. Trust me. Doc Sports, be there, be square. Let's make some money in MLB today, baby.